What's the most embarrassing way you've ever been caught in a lie? I've always been a bit of a workaholic, but last year I decided I desperately needed a break without using my actual vacation days. So I told my boss I had a massive plumbing emergency and had to stay home for a catastrophic pipe burst. In reality, I had booked a last minute flight to a beach resort 3 states away. I remember being so smug, laying out on a lounge chair with a drink in my hand, thinking I was a total genius. I even posted a few throwback photos of my office on social media to keep up the act. About 2 hours into my tan, I saw a guy walk past me who looked exactly like my regional manager. I didn't even panic at first because there was no way he'd be at this specific, tiny boutique hotel. I just pulled my hat lower and went back to sleep. A few minutes later, my phone started buzzing like crazy. It was a FaceTime call from my boss. I figured he was just checking in on the flood, so I ran into the hotel bathroom, turned on the sink to make it sound like rushing water, and answered. I told him it was a total disaster and I'd be offline all day. He didn't say a word. He just flipped his camera around and I realized he was standing right outside my hotel bathroom door. It turns out he was at the same resort for his sister's wedding and had spotted my very distinct emergency room wristband that I'd forgotten to take off from a real visit the week before. I didn't even try to explain. I just walked out of the bathroom and we stood there in the hallway in total silence. I would have been fired on the spot, but thankfully he was actually skipping a wedding event to grab a drink, so we made a pact to never speak of it again. He actually promoted me 6 months later, probably because he knows I'm a great liar, just a terrible hider.